Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Today I'm going to be doing a New Year special. So today's video I'm calling One Heaven of a Party. Now why I'm doing this is because I know that how on New Year's Eve and several other occasions throughout the year, it's a time of festival, it's a time of celebration. And unfortunately a lot of the Muslim young men and women like me, myself, join in. I've been to parties in the past and I've seen what happens there. Three major sins are committed at least: alcohol, zina, shamelessness, and you name it. So I'll tell you my own struggle. Okay, so obviously when I used to love partying. No, I never drank alcohol, to be honest, or any other thing, but I just loved the environment, going there, just socializing with friends, cracking some jokes, stepping on the dance floor and whatnot. But obviously as I came towards Islam, I had to stop doing all this. So I try to refrain from going to such occasions every now and then. But obviously, because I live in the UK, and there are certain things that cannot be avoided, such as weddings, such as company dinners and stuff. So you got to know your limitations and what to stay away from and what not to do. So after a very long time, I haven't attended any like social work party or anything for the last 2-3 years. But a couple of months ago, it was my company's annual dinner. A couple of weeks ago, I can say. And there was basically a masquerade party after included in that dinner. So what it was it was a company dinner, it was an award show, and afterward it was the masquerade party. So well, obviously first I was like, should I go, should I not go? But then what a few of my colleagues will end up going, and they said, okay, you know what, we can just go, have dinner, stay for the award shows, because one of my friends was nominated, so if he wins, we can cheer for him or whatnot. And after that we'll just head back home. After much consideration and stuff, I fell in for it, to be honest. I was like, okay, I've been bored. I haven't done, I haven't gone out for a long time. Let's just say I work for a well-known company, so the dinner was said to be good, and it was at a nice venue. So I said, you know what, let's just go for the venue and the food, and I'll head back home. So the day came. I went. Got there early, about 8. So at that time, okay, nice environment. People are coming in, and as soon as people coming in, I start seeing the party very differently. I start getting uncomfortable. You know why? Because then the alcohol opened, and I'm seeing that everyone's holding glasses of champagne, or I don't know, different sorts of wine and alcohols. And then I see women coming in dressed extraordinarily inappropriately for the night, and then obviously they come in to you saying hi, your colleagues, and it's hard to look down or look away, and you're like, this is awkward. And then I sit down and I'm just waiting. Okay, I said, please, God, I hope the food just comes and then I can just get up and leave. I'm sitting there. Then I just start to realize that I'm getting this waswasa from the shaitan. I keep looking at my colleague, non-Muslim obviously, on the opposite side, sitting to me on the opposite side of the table, sipping away at his glass of wine, and I'm thinking to myself, I wonder what it tastes like. And then I was like, why am I getting that thought? And I was like, okay, and shook my head, cleared my head again. And then I'm sitting, and then I can hear, I can smell this very nice perfume, and I turn around and I see this, very attractive lady from work, and she's dressed rather inappropriate, and I'm like, okay, and then a very horrible thought came, and I just looked away again, and I'm like, what's happening? And at that moment I thought, I need to get up and leave. So I just, said to my friend, you know what, I'm getting uncomfortable, I need to leave. And he's like, come on man, let's just stay, you're here now, just wait for the dinner, you don't have to stay for the party or the dance, just have dinner and go. And I'm like, okay. I'm waiting, and then the starters came. I had the starters. After that I had to leave because it was just too uncomfortable, and I was regretting. I was like, I shouldn't have come here. It doesn't suit me, it doesn't suit it just doesn't suit me from being here. So I said, for that sake, I don't want to be part of this. So I just told my friend, look mate, thank you, but I'm not staying for dinner, I'm leaving. So literally like half an hour and I left. And as I'm walking outside, and I'm just thinking, wow, this dunya is really hard for us Muslimin, isn't it? I'm like, we can't do much. It's a lot of sabr, a lot of sabr. And I'm thinking, and then suddenly something started coming to my head. I don't know why, but Allah Ta'ala, I basically taught this surah in one of my lectures a few days ago, a few weeks back. It was called Surah Naba, the announcement. And there's a set of verses in the surah that just came to my head. And as soon as they came to me, I was like, wow. And suddenly my phone rings, and I'll pick up. I was like, yes, hello. And another colleague of mine, he says, dude, you left. You didn't say bye. You just left us. I was like, sorry, mate, I was uncomfortable. I had to leave. And he's like, come on, man, it's one hell of a nice. It comes once a year. You can just chill. You don't have to drink but you can just have a little laugh with us. And I'm like, sorry, what did you say? And he said, you can have a laugh with us. You can chill. I said, no, before that. And he said, no, you don't have to drink. I said, no, before that, before that. And he said, what? It's a hell of a party. And I said, oh. And I said, you know what, mate, I'll call you tomorrow. I hung up. That phrase just started ringing in my head. One hell of a party. I'm like, wow, man. Did that hit you? So this is how parties are described. This is how parties are made attractive. Mate, it's one hell of a party. You see, the parties right now, it's all at night. Darkness. The venues, dim lights, chandeliers, gloomy, I don't know, there's DJ smokes and, the flashes, the crystal. It's just it's uncomfortable to the eyes, basically. I don't know how other people stay there. I think probably because they're drunk, so they don't. But for a normal person, you start getting a headache after a while. And then, I've seen like how the whole thing attracts you. First is the venue. It has to be a lavish venue. Then you go in, it's the alcohol and, the wine all around you. And then it's the women dressed inappropriately, yeah? This is the same way they show in movies, and everything just started making sense. And I was like, this is how Shaitan attracts you. This is how, like, he makes all these things attractive to you. Even if you see music videos these days, you see films. I'll give you an example. Great Gatsby, a film that came out a couple of years ago when I used to be really into watching films. And Leonardo DiCaprio. Astaghfirullah. But, okay. So, I'll give you an example of that film, yeah. So this is a rich guy in America, and he loves throwing parties. So how they show it in the movie is it's a big mansion. You go in, there's chandeliers, decorations here and there, everything. Then the camera zooms into, the women around you, and like focusing on the attractive parts. And then Mr. Gatsby's walking down, and he's holding a glass of wine in his hand, and he goes, "Welcome." So these three things really pull man, like the venue, the women, the glass. But what I'm about to tell you will blow you away. Yeah. So this is what Allah has to say in Surah Naba. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي فالحمد لله رب العالمين. May Allah give us the tawfiq to understand. These verses came to my head when I was walking home, and I had the biggest smile on my face. Allah Ta'ala says, إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وعنبا وكواعب أترابا وقاسا دهاقا. For those who are aware of God, there is a supreme fulfillment. Gardens, vineyards. So now, this is basically from Surah Naba. These verses come in a context which inshallah I will tell you once I explain the Surah Naba separately, but just focus on these verses. For those who were aware of God in this lifetime, there is a supreme fulfillment. Gardens, vineyards, so lavish gardens or vineyards. Maidens of matching age. Beautiful women, so the word used in Arabic is basically refers to beautiful women of matching age, very attractive women. And an overflowing cup of wine. There they will hear no vain or lying talk. A reward from your Lord, a fitting gift from the Lord of the heavens and earth, and everything between, the Lord of mercy. Wow. I was like, God is just picturizing a party in heaven, the way they picturize it in movies and songs these days. Gardens, vineyards, maidens of matching age, a cup, an overflowing cup of wine, and there they will hear no vain talk. A fitting reward for the Muslimin, for the Muttaqeen, the Lord of Mercy. One heaven of a party, mate. No one hell of a party, one heaven of a party. If you want that one heaven of a party, little sabr. I was like, thank God I walked out. May Allah forgive me and may Allah forgive all of us. Inshallah, mate. Don't worry. We let go one hell of a party right now. We've got something much, much better waiting for us. Take care. See you soon. Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Okay. It didn't shut. Bye.